Hi guys, Andy Anderson, your Sherpa Guide from Forward Thinking. Did you know you could actually take 18 weeks off on holiday this year and still have your business grow without you actually being there 24/7? Guys, I'm Andy Anderson, live from Forward Thinking. It's great to be back from Portugal. It's been a great holiday. And when I was on holiday, it got me thinking about a time in my business, in my previous life, when the boss from back then, he managed to take 18 weeks off on holiday and the business was growing at a massive rate. How on earth did he do that? Well guys, I've got to tell you, it's not rocket science. It's not difficult. It might sound like massively difficult. It might sound like an impossibility right now for you to build a business that is actually capable of growing whilst you take 18 weeks off on holiday next year, and while your business is still growing, it's still working, it's still operating. But listen, I'm going to tell you some of the stuff we did back then to help that my old boss build and grow his dream business. But first of all, what I want to do is I want to share the slides. So I've got a few slides for you. Just bear with me 1 second. Here we go. So, how to take 18 weeks off on holiday this year and your business will still work without you being there. How on earth, Mr. Sherpa Guide, how on earth is that going to happen? Well, you know me, I'm Andy Anderson. I'm on a mission to impact the lives of 25,000 business owners in the next 10 years. I'm super excited about that. It's all about helping you create and grow your dream business, a business that gives you harmony in your work and life, a business that gives you balance, it gives you everything you need, a business that works for you without having to be there 24/7. Because right now, some of you own businesses that when you leave, the business stops. The cogs stop working. The cogs stop working in tandem to produce the result. It just stops. So how on earth can you take 18 weeks off? Your business wouldn't be there when you came back, which is not a great place to be. So first of all, I'd like to understand the people who are watching this. You know, I know who. You know, there's a great swathe of people in Lancashire, a great swathe of people in the UK, and a great swathe of people internationally who are really, really great business, really ambitious. You know, young at heart and in mind. You're probably open-minded as well. You're into self-development, or at least you want to be, but you're focused on impact. You're not chasing the money all the time. Money is not everything. What's the point in sitting on like millions and millions of pounds of banknotes when you feel rotten inside? We've got to create a business, first of all, that's going to create impact. It's going to create purpose. It's going to create some sort of benefit to our customers, you know, our families, ourselves, and our lives overall. Because why on earth do we set up a business in the first place? So you're likely a really good person, really professional. You've got high standards. You've got a sense of purpose. But maybe if you ask you to describe and define that sense of purpose, you might not be able to describe it so clearly. But there's something inside that's driving you forwards. There's something inside that's taking you forward on that journey towards your destination, and you want to make that impact. You want to build a legacy. You want to build a business that you can be proud of, a business ultimately that's going to have people in it, it's going to have stuff in it, it's going to be a business that's going to work without you. And you know, let me ask you a question. You know, why did you set up in business in the first place? Just put answers in the comments. Just let me know why you set up a business in the first place. Was it a bad boss? Was it a bad job? Was it that you just wanted more from your life? Was it just so you thought that you could do better on your own, you know, building a business that serves your customers, that gives great, incredible service? You know, what was it? What was it that actually inspired you to set up your business? Let me know. But some of the typical reasons are, you know, you wanted more freedom. You know, you want more time. You know, all the forward thinkers in our community, they all want more freedom. They want more time. They want to earn more money. They want to be in control. They want to be in control. They don't want to answer to a boss. You know, they want to be in control of their life and their destiny. You know, you want more confidence in what you do and your capabilities in your business. You want to create self-belief. You want some clarity over that future. You want to be proud of what you've created. But sometimes when we set up, that's not what we get. You know, if we're not careful, and you've heard me talk about this loads, you know, we talk about this hamster wheel effect, and the hamster wheel effect is all about, you know, you're working in the business, you're working 60, 70, 80 hours a week, God forbid, trying to move forward, trying to bust through that glass ceiling, trying to make progress, at least feel like you're making progress, so you feel that fulfillment every day. But it doesn't always work out like that. We end up just doing the doing. We end up trapped in our jobs or trapped in our business, and it feels like we've actually got a job. It feels like we're an employee in our own business. And do you know the worst part about that? The boss is insane, because it's you. You're the boss. You're insane. You're not doing it right. You're flipping trapped in this business, and we don't want that. We want you to feel like you're in your lane, like you're laser guided, like you're working towards something with meaning and impact, which is a terrific place to be. And sometimes we end up stressed. We're climbing this massive mountain. It's like the never-ending mountain. We're stressed, we're tired, we're out of breath, we're on the hamster wheel. Sometimes we just need a little bit of help. Just stick your hand up and say, I just need some help. I've got the answers, but I don't know, I'm not asking myself the right questions maybe. I kind of know where I want to be, but I'm not there now, and I'm working harder and faster, but I don't seem to be getting there any quicker. So I get it because I've been there just like you, and it kind of reminds me of a time in my past, climbing these mountains, working really hard. It feels like this never-ending mountain of doom, trudging along, slow, painful journey up a steep hill, and what happens when we get to the top? If we're working, in a business that is in our own business that's got this hamster wheel thing, there is no top, there is no destination. That's the whole point. Because to get off the hamster wheel, we need to know where we are and where we're going. You know this by now. You know the philosophy. You know the part of the success GPS framework that covers that off. But very often we're not listening, and we're trudging up this mountain, and it doesn't have an end. Every time you reach some sort of a peak, the actual peak, the summit, is in the distance, and it's like, oh my God, we've got more travelling to do, more work to do to try and get there. It never stops. It's just a constant cycle. But listen, when I was away, it reminded me of this time. That's a picture of me when I was like 19 years old in my previous corporate job. A bit spotty, a bit geeky, but I think largely I've not changed an awful lot. I've got a bit of a necklace around my neck. I've lost the shirt and tie, which is all good. But yeah, it reminded me while I was on holiday, and my business was working, it was growing, there were people booking on the program, and all the marketing's going out, everything's working. I didn't need to do anything, just a couple of calls, absolutely brilliant. And it reminded me of a time when in my corporate career when we were working, it was an IT business, and we'd grown it, it was good, but then we got to a point where it started failing after the recession in 2009-10. It started to creep in. The business went from 15 million to 14 million to 13 million, and the boss, he ended up just throwing at me, just saying, Andrew, see if you can do any better. So I took over the position of MD, and it was bloody hard work. It was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? How am I going to turn this business around? But I knew inside, I had that sense of purpose that I could do it. And you know what? We did it. And we asked ourselves a series of questions. We went through a bit of a framework, and you know what? We really transformed that business. We turned it from a £12 million failing business to a £25 million really super profitable business, where all the people in it were so culturally aligned. They believed in the destination, they believed in the journey, they believed in where we were trying to get to. And it was just an incredible feeling, and the progress that we felt we made was absolutely brilliant. You can see here on the slide, you can see the stats that we achieved. It was doing quite well at almost 15 million, then it went down, again, and then absolutely supercharged up to get to that 25 million mark. And we did it, at 12 million we had 72 people, at 25 million we had 48. So we did some really, really amazing things. And this is what 12 to 25 million with 5x profitability. We lost 50 clients purposefully. We'd lost 50 clients that generated like 5-10k a year with us. They were painful clients, they weren't the right customers, they were horrible to deal with. So we just nicely, politely got rid of them, and then we focused our energies on focusing on larger businesses with more complex problems that we could solve, really, really well, and deliver the result for them. And in the end, we picked up 50 customers that spent over £200,000 a year with us. We increased revenue per employee from 160,000 to 500k, and we created an aspirational brand. And guys, you can do it too. It's not difficult, and this is kind of the framework that Success GPS came from. We needed to know what we sat down. In my darkest day, 7th of January 2013, 7 minutes past 9, we sat down to understand where were we now. What's the start point? That was the first thing. Where are we actually right now? The people, the processes, the numbers, the skills, the resources that we had, where are we right now? We need to understand what's holding us back, what are the opportunities. Then we need to understand where we wanted to be. We need to understand where we absolutely wanted to be in the future, the destination. Then we need to reverse engineer that destination back to where we were. So we created a series of goals that ensured we were keeping on track and we could measure that process. Then number 4 is we had to understand the resources required. We had to understand the people, the skills, the IP, the buildings, the machinery, the cars, the vehicles, everything. We needed to understand the specific type of customer we wanted to serve that had the problems and pains that we fixed so well. We need to understand how we attract those customers, how we message them, what mediums do we use? Do we use social media? Do we use direct advertising? Do we use telemarketing? We had to decide, we had to understand where we were now in terms of resources, where we needed to be, and how we needed to adapt our business in terms of process and sales cycle and customer service, technical capabilities, all that sort of stuff. We nailed that down. Then number 5, once we've gone through all that, we've got the start point, destination, the goals, understood the resources that we had now and what we needed to do in the future to evolve and adapt. Then we needed to create a very, very simple 12-step plan of what we were going to do to turn the ship around. And then once we got the plan, we needed to understand the outcomes of that plan, how we were going to measure it, on a week by week, month by month, quarter by quarter basis. And we did it. When we're going through that process, we're in this place of, you can see there, we had no time. We couldn't prioritise. We were just in the business. We were the business. If we weren't there, if I wasn't there, the business wouldn't work. It'd start failing again. We were working in it, not on it. We were distracted. We weren't focused. We had no money, no cash reserves. We had some bad customers. Didn't have a proper structure. We had no focus, and we weren't growing. What happened is when we started to really understand, really simply, start point, destination, goals, resources, the 12-step plan, and then how we measure our outcomes in accordance with that plan on a weekly, monthly, quarterly basis, we started something incredible. The transformation was massive. We felt there was feelings change. We felt like we got freedom. We didn't need to be in the business all the time. We had clarity. Everything was calm. It wasn't chaos. We felt like we were in our lane. We had our mojo back. We were confident. We had laser guided focus. We had a structure and a plan, which led to the incremental increase in customers, new customer wins. We generated more revenue and more profit, as you saw from the slide previously. It's all absolutely true. You can go on Companies House and see the statistics, see what we did in that business, and the transformation was absolutely amazing. And when you change the way you think about your business, that affects the way you feel about the business, and that changes your behaviour in the business, and everything changed. And within 6 months of starting this process, the whole business had basically been re-engineered, and the whole feeling, the culture, everything had changed, and it shifted gears, and we absolutely smashed it in. Guys, you can do it too. This is the thing. Whether you're a small business, a micro business, whether you're a startup business, whether you're a 100k business, a £1 million business, a £10 million business, you can do the exact same things. It doesn't matter what industry you're in. It doesn't matter how long you've been in business, how mature your business is. The type and the sophistication of your own business brain, it doesn't matter. As long as you're ambitious, you're open-minded, you've got a sense of purpose, you want to make an impact in the world, all those things, you really want to push forward, you want to feel like you're making progress every day. I can help you do just that. When we do this, when we go through the program, when we go through the process, the 6 steps, you're going to get to go on a holiday. When we actually started nailing that old business and everything started to grow. 1 year, the boss, the owner, I was MD, I had shares and stuff, but I wasn't the owner. But the owner, he took 18 weeks off on holiday because the business ran without him. We developed the systems, the culture, the resources, the plan of action, the focus, the sales, marketing plan, everything worked, and it was predictable. And with that predictability came peace and calmness and certainty that actually, if the boss went away for 18 weeks, the business still worked. We didn't even need to ring him while he was on holiday. It was amazing. He came back and everything was growing. It's like, well, he's done himself out of a job. And guys, that's the number one thing we need to work on. If you want to build a legacy business, a business that works without you being there, we have to try and make ourselves redundant as quickly as possible. And we do that by, focusing on the right type of customers, focusing on the value that we deliver to our customers, bringing people in at different stages of our business journey to support that growth, who do the things that you hate doing, that you're not very good at, and typically the lower value jobs. Get people in to do that and form part of that culture. We need better processes, but ultimately we need to understand where we are, where we want to be. We need to understand the path to get there, how we're going to do it, and we need to understand how we're going to measure that, how we're going to measure it going forward to keep you on track. And we need to create that set of goals that's going to light you up every single day. Every single day you wake up and go to work, we need to create that set of goals that's going to let you, take 18 weeks off on holiday because you're building a business that works for you. You're going to get more customers, you're going to get more mojo back, you're going to get more freedom, you're going to get more confidence, you're going to get more time, your future's going to look brighter, you're going to have more clarity, more income, and your life is going to feel a whole lot better. What do you think about that? How can we think in other terms? How can we not want a business and a life where we've got all that extra stuff, and it's not complicated. Sometimes in business we overcomplicate everything. And I think one of my superpowers is really simplifying the complex and just boiling it down into its component parts and systemizing it so that someone can follow that system. You know, a layman can follow it, a startup business can follow it, a mature business can follow it, and still get those light bulb moments. And the truth is, guys, you know, and girls, you know, you have all the answers. You know how to build and grow your dream business. It's just you're asking yourself the wrong questions. If you ask a shitty question, you get a shitty answer. And it's my job to ask you the right questions at the right point in time, in the right order, to get the right answers so that you can build. I can help you, I can guide you. I'm a Sherpa guide after all. I can guide you to build that plan, build the plan to build and grow your dream business and that works for you and not the other way around. So guys, if you're interested in my help, you know, if you want to build a business where you can take loads of time off and it still works without you and it still gives you that feeling of fulfillment every day and build a better life, you get more customers, more income, more freedom, more clarity, more certainty, more control, just hit me up. I've got free calls you can book in, free discovery calls, 30 minutes up to 45 minutes long. You know, let's talk, let's find out about your business, let's see where you want to go, let's see where you are now, and let's see what's holding you back, and let's see if we can work together to build a plan, build a map that's going to help you build and grow your dream business, one that works for you and not the other way around. Guys, this has been Sherpa Guidance episode 16, I think 17, maybe Dan can correct me. It's been great to talk to you all. It's great to be back. It's been super busy in forward thinking world, and I'm glad to be back in the driving seat. I've got a new chair, by the way, Secret Labs chair, shameless plug, best chairs in the world, done a lot of research, secretlabs.co.uk. Get yourself a new office chair. They're absolutely incredible. Guys, I'm Andy Anderson, your Sherpa Guide, and just remember, you're just one step away.